Snowy night, hear winter's voices everywhere. Echoes far, they gently speak and ring the air. Gifts of joy brought down to all those meek and fair. Season comes, abundant with the love and care. Snowy night, whispers tonight. Snowy night, calls us from high. Every family has a Christmas tradition, I suppose. This is ours. Merry Christmas! Come in, come in. Such snow outside, isn't it? Jean greets Zoe and her father. Then I hear a tiny muffled voice. Merry Christmas, Uncle Jean. Yes, the wind was so strong, and the snow was so bright. We're so wet. Well then, hurry up and come inside. Jean lets them in, and I hear them by the door taking their gear off. I admire their energy, because I'm now just too old to go out in such weather anymore. I hear Zoe's father exchanging words with John. Something about Sector 18, the NS bothering him in his flyer, something about the consoles, and the hunting grounds near their bunker. Then I hear that tiny voice again, bright and happily, now nearby. Grandma! Grandma! Merry Christmas! Here, child, come on in. I've missed you. Such a delight for an old soul, rocking on the chair along with time. Zoe comes up to me, and I give her the biggest hug I can. Her father comes in and gives me a kiss on the cheek. Good man he is. So much to exchange. Greetings, presents, stories. All this time, Jean is busy for us three, putting away their gear, putting the kettle on the stove, setting plates with the cookies I baked. Grandma, Dragonite can dig underground now and hide there listening to my footsteps. He only comes out when he catches the right frequency. I see. Echolocation. I thought it was a she. Daddy helped me change it. I think the cognitive pattern of biological males would be more suitable for me, as a teammate, for studying patterns in the game field. Oh my, that's indeed an upgrade. Such a brilliant child, and I can barely keep up with the AIs these days. Ma'am, would you like to open a bottle for Carter? Jean asked from the kitchen. Zoe's father perks up and raises his eyebrows with a twinkle in his eye. I think he'd like that. Grandma, the Christmas carol. Of course. The child is here for me to tell her the Christmas carol. Our Christmas carol. So it begins. A night when the moon was out round and bright. Colder than yesterday, colder than time herself. So cold, in fact, that we heard the freeze around our ears, louder than our footsteps treading through the thick snow. But we didn't mind hearing it. Trust me, we never got used to the cold, but this time we were all eager, listening to what we could in the night sky. The older kids told us to. They knew. They planned it all. We could have gotten into big trouble, but we were so excited, and when the time came, we heard it. We looked out from one of the cathedral windows and saw the lights, hearing the engine. They were quite magical, you see. When you see them on the evening of the 24th of December, it's not just any hover bike. Then he stepped off, and he was, how should I say, dashing, quite unlike what I expected him to be. The older kids, even some of the adults, described him as old, rather heavily built, and with a white beard. But I knew then that they themselves had never seen him before, because Santa Claus was actually handsome. The young kids started running up to him. "Santa! Santa!" They were in joy, shouting, and I didn't want to be the last one to meet him, so I ran too, holding my skirt up, trying not to trip. Santa smiled at us, or it seemed so to me. He was looking beyond at the night sky, the moon and stars, and his hover bike was lighting up his face. He was holding the bag, like they told us. I knew it. He brought something for us. And that's when I saw it. He pulled it out from under his red cloak. It was so bright, brighter than the stars. It shined. No one saw it, only him, and it was right behind us, all this time. I kept quiet on the snow. Didn't know if the unit was still operative, you see, those bastards. I was starting to regret about all this, in the middle of the night in the abandoned city, and just dreading about what would happen to us if the adults found out. Then I heard the footsteps coming up to me, and I looked up. And that was how I met your grandfather, in the cold, in the night. I don't even remember what he gave me, but I must have done something good, right? Because Santa Claus doesn't come see you if you haven't been. Well, that's what I was told anyway. But who cares? And that's how it goes, our family Christmas tradition. With a Christmas carol that started it all. I wonder how the snow is now, how the wind blows fiercely in the sky. Fly safe, my dears. I can only listen quietly on my rocking chair, not the freeze out in the cold air, but the time that's gentle and bare. For snowy night, whispers tonight. Snowy night, calls us from high.